I'm Ray. I'm a master's in COT, and for my project I decided to make a wire holder. So every day whenever I get home, I just throw my key in my room wherever, or literally like anywhere. I don't really have a designated location to where I put it. Um, Sometimes if I have space on my desk, I put it on my desk, but that's not always the case. And I wanted to really localize where I put my key and have a designated location for it. So that when I wake up in the morning, I don't really have to look around for it, and I can just find it in that designated location. Um, and upon thinking of like creating a holder for my keys, I was like, um, I might as well put it on my desk since it's like where I sit at the most. And then I also decided why not like add another functionality aspect to the holder and make it like a wire holder too. So in terms of inspiration for my wire holder, um, when I looked online for all the different types of wire holders that exist right now, a lot of them were really minimalist, really small, really kind of boring. So I wanted something goofy and something fun to look at. So I really like anime, and so I decided to have some inspiration from that. Um, I'm really bad at drawing though, so I try to do some super basic faces like the kamojis that are here in the background. And in terms of the hook, I wanted it to be an animal, so I chose the octopus and have one of the tentacles as kind of like the hook. So here are my first initial drawings. They're not really great, but it's what I had in mind. Um, so yeah, essentially the hook would be laser cut, and one of the tentacles of that laser cut piece would be the hook. The front facing would have a lot of clips, 3 clips that is, where you can like hold wires there, and then that bottom row of smiley faces and sad faces would be kind of like through holes where you can just put wires through. And the hook would mainly be for the keys. The rest would be for the wires. So the project that helped me out the most was definitely the name brick. This is mainly because in that project we had to use a lot of different parameters, and the usage of parameters in my final project helped me out a lot. Essentially, I planned out everything using the parameters before even drawing, and it really helped me out space everything out, and just yeah, it essentially just set up the tone of like, or the pace of work that I had. It really didn't. It made me think purely of like building and like how it's going to lay out rather than worrying what dimensions. So I was able to finish. I did the main base first, and I drew that up in Fusion 360. I gotta say, it was pretty straightforward. It was really easy to just see what I had written or drawn, and based off the dimensions, just create what you see here. But yeah, and then right after I created the base, I based off the dimensions of the base, I created the octopus hook, and that was just purely just using like the spline tool, and just shaping out the octopus, and then creating like just line tool using for the back edge. But yeah, I guess the process was pretty straightforward. It wasn't um, too tedious. I guess it was just I had to create a lot of construction lines to make sure everything was like even and well spaced out. The mirror tool helped me a lot too with the faces to make everything even. Some unexpected challenges was definitely the Stratasys printer. So the base is printed on the Stratasys printer, but I had to print. This was my third attempt that actually finally worked. The first attempt, the file just straight it didn't go to the printer. The second attempt, the filament didn't stick to the base, and it was just a mess. It was just a mess. And the third print was finally successful one. Strengths and weaknesses. I guess the only thing that I messed up on was the hook dimensions. So as you can see on the left picture, that the little notch that goes into the base of the holder didn't really fit perfectly, so I had to sand it a little bit to make sure it fit. But apart from that, literally everything is great. I love it. It really stands out. I think it's cute, and it really functions perfectly. Yeah, you can see I use it all the time. I put my keys on it all the time now, and I use it to hold my USB cables too. So yeah, here's the finished product. It's a little different from the picture right here, where you can see on the right that I painted it in white. I wanted the faces to stick out more, but I think it looked better with the bare black material. But yeah, here it is, and I really enjoy it. I really like the octopus a lot, and I like the faces. It's a lot bigger than all the other, I guess, wire holders you can buy, but I like it.